And we're live?
We are live as I try. Apologies, guys. Hold on. Wrong thing.
We should have music queued up and be like, Becky Black!
I swear. There we go. Wow.
Hello.
It's been a minute.
A minute or months?
Many months. It's my fault. I've been ill.
We've also been busy.
You can still see that I'm ill. I'm less ill, and we're getting better every day.
That's her mantra, is that getting better every day. Yeah, I mean, like, lots of... Let's recap what happened. Lots of things happened.
So, last time we filmed, it was right after the annual NJ Sheep and Wool Festival.
So September.
Yeah. Mid-September.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been hectic. I celebrated my 3rd wedding anniversary.
Yay!
We celebrated your birthday by going on a goat hike. Yay!
Yay!
Then we went to Rhinebeck.
Yay!
Woo! And then, somewhere in there, I got sick the first time. And then, so we're talking about, like, mid-September, end of September through mid-October. Did you get sick?
I got sick before the NJ Wool.
Oh, that's right. You got sick before.
So I really haven't been sick since.
That's good. All the wood.
Yeah,
there's plenty of wood in this room.
Yeah.
Mid-October, fine. Finished up Rhinebeck, went home. I had a wedding somewhere in there. First wedding of the fall.
First wedding.
Then we did a fun little mini yarn swap with the Zoom crafters. And then I got sick.
Again.
Yay! And then I had a wedding where I was continually ill and still had to be there because I was the matron of honor. So of course I wasn't missing it. And then still been sick. Thanksgiving happened.
Mm-hmm.
I became a mom of 4. So I have 4 cats now. The new additions are hammering to get into this room because the film studio is now their room. And they want to know why they can't be in here with Mom.
What are their names?
So they are litter mates. There is Sylveon and Flareon.
Okay.
Because we already have an Espeon and we have a Jack.
Which, once again, Sean is not a fan of the naming convention.
So Jack got named. He was the first of the family.
Yeah. And
Dan had the name picked out. And Jack was, like, Captain Jack after Captain Jack Sparrow.
Right.
And his full name is Captain Jack Chewbacca, because I wanted to call him Chewbacca.
Oh.
I lost.
Okay.
Sparrow, and then our last name, which is Bruce Farragiosa.
Right.
Then we got Espy a few months later, and Espy came in a Pokeball carrier. So, of course, she had to be a Pokemon. And because we found her, and it seemed like she, like, psychically or telepathically, like, was in one spot and then the next spot, we named her Espeon, and it's fit. She's still that cat.
Right.
And when we decided to add to our family, it was like, okay, we're going to add more Eevees to our evolution.
Right.
And Flair is a 5-month-old tabby who has not yet been diagnosed, but she does have slight wobbly cat syndrome.
I call her Wobbles.
Yeah, her nickname is Wobbles. We call her Flareon, and Wobbles. And she is a Spitfire. She literally is chaos. And in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little Spitfire, so Flareon, even though she's not orange cat, like, it fits. And then Sylvie or Sylveon is white with, like, tabby markings on her forehead, and her tail is completely tabby colored, brown tabby colored. And She's so sweet,
Mm-hmm.
so calm, so loving and affectionate.
Except she doesn't like me this time. Like, last time, she was, like, my best friend.
Oh.
Like, we met, and, like, we were instant soulmates.
Yeah, I know.
And then I come over, and she's just like, who are you? And I'm like, how dare you? We had a bond. We had a heartstring.
I know.
I'm very offended.
I'm sorry.
And to the highest degree.
I'm sorry. But anyway, Sylvie is definitely the calmer of the two, but you can see when they're together, they definitely play off of each other's energy.
Yes, they do.
But yeah, so I'm a cat mom of 4, and all these reasons that I'm listing right now are reasons why there hasn't been an episode. Well, for a couple, like, since November 9th, talking for long periods of time has not been easy. So.
Also, we haven't seen each other, at all either.
Yeah.
Because after Rhinebeck, you had your first wedding stuff.
Yeah.
And then after that, you were preparing for the second wedding, and then I went to Arizona.
Yeah, how was Arizona?
Arizona was a lot of fun. A lot of dirt. No grass. Very weird.
Yeah.
My favorite mug is called WTF, which stands for Welcome to Flagstaff. I love that so much.
Excuse me while I just lower this just a little bit.
Okay.
Because this is live now, and I can adjust things as I want to.
Yeah, and I'm going to cut this as we're going.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can see what I'm working on.
Yeah. It's a work in progress, guys. It's just going to continue to be chaotic.
Like us, we're a work in progress. Like, this is a work in progress. Which is also funny because we also hit our, like, 1 year of, like, doing this.
1 year of podcasting.
Yeah, and we couldn't really celebrate.
No!
Because we've just been so busy.
And dying.
Yeah, and dying. Mostly she was dying. For once in my life, I wasn't dying. So, like, that's a plus for me. That's what's going for me right now.
I had what you had, like, last year. Except I didn't have the ear thing. There was no ear pressure or anything. It was literally just a cough for me.
Right. I was sick at first. Like, I was sick with, like, some sort of virus. It turned into bronchitis and then laryngitis with an ear infection. So it wasn't like an ear infection at first. It was like I was sick.
No, the ear infection came on during Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
When we didn't have drugs for you.
No. Which I also found out that adults can't get rid of ear infections like kids can. Because they're just like, oh, let your baby heal itself. And then you're like, okay, what about adults? And then Google's just like,
I don't know what to tell you.
And I was just like, cool, I'll just let it, like, heal itself. And that's not how ear infections work for adults. So yeah, long story short, we're now in December. So
yes, happy 1 year to us.
Happy 1 year to us.
I'm hoping, and I don't want
Consistency was not our friend.
No, and life just gets in the way. Let's put it really. Life gets in the way, and this next, period of time, we're making some changes. So one of those changes is that there's no editing anymore.
Yep, we're going live.
There's no time for that. It takes up way too much time where we could be knitting on more projects or spending time with, like, people.
Our friends, family.
So we are just going to do live episodes from now. And hopefully y'all enjoy them as much as you enjoyed the other episodes. But this way there's not going to be any music or weird segues. It's just all going to be
us.
This.
Sorry.
We love you, but we just don't want to do it.
There's nothing to butter the like, or soften the blow. It's just going to be, like, pure us.
It's just us. So,
thank you to whoever watches.
Yes, and a blanket apology for any awkwardness or crazy that happens, and it's just real cringe. Because it's just going to be there.
Yep. Surprise.
So, yeah, no, we had that conversation before Rhinebeck. We're like,
okay. I can't edit. I have a full-time job.
I don't want to edit because I want to work on other things like designing, and I don't really want to spend my time editing. And I'd rather just produce videos that we enjoy without the busy work.
And plus, this is really just more of, like, we were talking anyway, like, it's just more of, like, a chat session anyway. We don't want it to be, like, I guess, so formal video. We want, I don't know, more candidness.
Candidness, but, like, also just, not, like, less structure, just, I don't know.
Do you have structure?
I still have some structure. Not as much structure.
Okay.
I just wrote down notes of the projects that I had because we've been gone for so long.
I forget what I've finished in September.
That's fair. That's fair. I also just effed up, like, royally. And also, because it's live, there's no bleeping, so...
Oops
in advance.
Sorry, Madison's mom.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I've been busy with my parents. They've been here since September. So that's another thing. Not a reason for why we haven't filmed, because it's not. It's just that that's also been going on. My parents have been staying with me.
I'd say majority is that sickness and wedding stuff.
Literally.
Yeah.
So, and that's perfectly fine, because life is life, and, we can always pick up and go back to where we left off.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do want to bring up some topics I do want to bring up is
Sure.
Our experience at Woolen Folk.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know we missed the whole shebang of the blowback and all of the outcry and everything. And we were there.
Yeah.
And we had an experience.
I will say it wasn't all negative for me, because we did, see people we wanted to see and all of that. However, there was a lot of anxiety and a lot of overwhelm that was going on, to the point where I spent the majority of the time looking for one person in particular, Tristan from Dragon Hoard,
right?
Because I worked on one of her designs specifically for Rhinebeck, and I wanted to show her in person, and I almost didn't find her.
Right.
Literally the last second I found her and was able to say hi. So, anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No. That was also, like, part of the reason, like, I had issues with that, because at that point I didn't even go into the building with you.
You waited outside.
I was just, like, too exhausted.
Honestly, that was the smart move to do, because it was hot in there.
Yeah, so it's exactly like what the internet said, or a lot of the vendors, or a lot of the people, cardboard for flooring over mud puddles.
Yeah, cardboard that was someone's return boxes.
Yeah.
To go home.
We didn't know that.
No.
Going in. And yeah, I was kind of disappointed, that there were outside spaces, because I wore my knitted dress, that I finished and was really proud of. Thought I was going to be inside. Ruined the shoes that I had, covered in mud, at that point. Dress was great, but it was hard to walk around in the tight spaces.
No, it was difficult to get around.
Yeah, so, like, that wasn't fun, and, like, I had fun at that point, where I was, like, shopping, and I did a lot of purchasing from, small vendors and people that were outside. But yeah, in retrospect now, like, looking back at that experience, I didn't have a lot of things that I enjoyed.
Looking back at it, I felt like in the moment, maybe it's just me feeling overwhelmed, and then over the several days following, reading everyone's, stories and comments, I'm like, oh wow, it wasn't just my anxiety, like,
right.
What we went to was dangerous. It was supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
I felt horrible for everybody, and, like, I work part-time, so I don't have $1 million to give to every single vendor that was at Woolen Folk. I did buy while I was there, and I'm trying to, over the next couple of months, like, as I have yarn money, like, reaching out to those specific vendors and, like, buying up some of their product because they were hurting at an event that they shouldn't have been hurting at.
They spent money to be there, and it what happened to them was just atrocious. Like, yeah, we as consumers and like customers ourselves shouldn't have been put into a position where there was accessibility issues. Luckily for myself, I don't have accessibility issues.
No, I mean, we're both like able-bodied. For the most part.
But if there was a fire, or something
we
happened,
would not have gotten out.
No, we definitely would have, suffered.
And I, like, realizing that after the fact that we put ourselves in that dangerous situation.
Right.
And we're there for so many hours, I'm like, in 1 second, we could have just been gone.
Yarn is flammable.
Yeah.
So,
and everyone was covered in it, whether they had it as, like, purchased items or, like, in objects that they had finished.
Right.
Everyone was wearing wool.
Right. And there was people packed in like sardines. No fire exits. So it was very, like, thank everything in the universe that we did not go down in flames, or we would not be here to tell the tale because it was not set up in a safety sort of way. And I'm a huge person for safety. That's my job.
Yeah. And it definitely put like a damper on the kind of, not like, we all tried to make the best of it, but I think it definitely affected everyone who, from our group, that went for the rest of the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we were trying to make the best of it at our house, but like we were all kind of feeling like Rhinebeck was the next day, and we were so tired from just the amount of, the day before,
right,
that we didn't feel like we could really truly enjoy it. Like, we enjoyed ourselves, do not get me wrong, but I think we left the fairgrounds like at 2.
Yeah, we left pretty early on Saturday. There was also a lot more people, and it was also poor weather, so it was raining.
It was really hard to want to stay so long because of it being really rainy and gross. Yeah,
so like going in like into Rhinebeck after the experience at Woolen Folk, it was kind of like triggering.
Yeah.
In a way where we would enter the buildings at Rhinebeck and they would be like you would be scrunched together with a bunch of people, wet and hot and miserable, and you're just like, am I gonna die? Am I gonna die surrounded? Well, I would love to die surrounded by yarn.
Not in that though.
Not in that condition.
No. Like, we're talking about like being like surrounded by our graveyard of WIP projects and finished objects.
Yes.
As we gracefully
exit the world.
Yes.
I
got more of it real quick.
Yeah, but so it was kind of like, it was overwhelming. There was no way, like, it was rainy. A lot of people, overwhelming. And it's not like, and like we knew like Rhinebeck going in would be overwhelming.
It's always been a lot of people.
Right. We didn't know Woolen Folk was going to be overwhelming.
No. I mean, that's not completely true. We went to Woolen Folk last year, and it was overwhelming. But it wasn't so overwhelming that...
I would say, like, people overwhelming.
It was people overwhelming, not, like, space overwhelming or, like, like, the place where it was hosted previously was an open-air venue with awnings, metal awnings. Everything was open air. And if you needed a place to sit, there were places for you to go and sit that were not surrounded by vendors.
But also, like, you got to see all the vendors.
You could, yeah.
It was organized.
It was all in one spot, and it was really nice. And I know, like, the reason there were more vendors, I feel like they tripled the number of vendors that were there. And they shouldn't have. It really should have. For that venue, it should have been the same amount of vendors.
Yep.
That they had previously. It was just too... It wasn't even, for me, a space thing. It was just, like, almost, like, ad nauseum, like, so much yarn that after a while, I felt like I had walked by that booth for like the 10th time, and I hadn't. It was another booth.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it was too much people, too much yarn, too much of everything, and too much of a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. So we definitely learned our lesson. I'm hoping people have learned their lesson from Woolen Folk.
Yeah. One great thing and a great event that we attended that weekend was cake. Cake was phenomenal, even in the rain.
Yes. Cake will always be phenomenal. I feel they have...
Alyssa is amazing.
They have everything down pat.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they're doing, and
they
do it right.
Yeah, they do it right. They don't overfill on vendors. They don't try to make it this larger than life event. Mm-hmm. They understand what space they're working with. It's literally in the parking lot.
And they have tickets with time periods. Yeah. So you buy a ticket for the time period that you want. It's not that you're expected, like, everybody can go at the same time. No. And all those vendors are going to still be there. Yeah. And it's just, it was still an amazing event.
And I mean, like, there was a period of time where it was raining. And everyone was just, like, whoever brought an umbrella, people were just standing under the umbrella with you. It was complete strangers. I made friends in line while we were holding umbrellas. Right. And it was great. Like, the community, like, that was, like, how the knitting crochet community is supposed to be.
Yeah, the fiber arts. It was that's exactly
a wonderful experience. And again, the only sad thing was that Destination Fibers wasn't there, or Destination Yarns, sorry. I am so sad. I need to go buy some of her yarn because she got injured and she couldn't come. Mm-hmm. And I was like, she was like one of the vendors. I was like, I bought yarn from you last year and I want to buy from you again because I loved your colors.
Yes. And I can attest to how good this fiber is because I don't have it with me. I'll probably bring it next time because I'm stupid. But I finished the Juniper Cowl. And I did it all in her solar system mini skein set that I bought from her last year at Cakepalooza. Yeah. And oh my god, it was so much fun to work with. I love how it looks, it feels. Mm-hmm. The only thing I want to do is I want to add like pins or something to like designate which planet it is. Sure. But honestly, I had a lot of fun with the pattern. The yarn has been excellent. I have 2 more skeins from her that I don't know what I'm going to do with, but one of them is the Hawaii National Park volcanoes, which I immediately saw and needed to buy because I went to that national park a year before, and I love Hawaii and needed to buy that set. Absolutely. I did look on her website, like, she does have some colors left, but a lot of was sold out, so good for her. Yeah.
Hopefully I wonder she'll have a restock soon.
Yeah, maybe a restock. I don't know. Like, some dyers, you can message them and ask specifically for, like, colorway.
Sometimes they'll be, like, I think they call it dye to order. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's called. So, like, if you want, like, a specific colorway that they don't have in stock, but is like one of their regular colors, they'll dye it for you.
Yeah, which to segue and shout out Little Fox. Is it yarns or fibers?
Oh, I think it's Little Fox Yarns.
Okay, Little Fox Yarns. Shout out to them because I bought several of their fingering weight skeins. There was a color that I wanted that they didn't have any more of their fingering weight. Okay. So I put in an order with them, and not too soon after they shipped it out and was able to get it to me. So that's I have awesome. Now that skein that they dyed for me. Yeah. So they were really nice, really personable. Loved working with them.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so I can't wait to use that yarn. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, as always, but yeah, I have a nice set from them now.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. Very, very cool.
So speaking of Rhinebeck and that whole event, because we did do a lot.
We did.
What was, I guess, your favorite thing that you purchased this year? Favorite fiber, favorite anything that you purchased?
I'm trying to think back because I bought so much stuff. I don't know what my favorite was. I think I'm really excited to use the little fox that I got.
Mm-hmm.
I bought 3 of the colors, and it's going with a skein of Emma's yarn and Less Traveled yarn to be an Aurora Cabin shawl, which is one of Stephen West's shawls that was from last year's Hybrid Knit Along, and I've been wanting to do it all year, and I'm not casting it on until January or later on in the year, but it's on my list, and that yarn was so soft. I think the other thing I was really excited to purchase was the yarn I bought from Dragon Hoard, just because I love her colorways. I've got a skein of the Rhinebeck colorway, or it was spooky at Rhinebeck. I will have to show it the next time because I didn't bring any of my yarn in here.
Yeah,
me either. But it was just absolutely phenomenal. It's like fuchsia and orange and brown and gorgeousness. I'm trying to remember what I bought. I did buy something and actually make it up already, and I've almost used the entire mega skein of it.
Wow. While
we were at Rhinebeck, the event, I ran into our Lord and Savior, Jennifer Shields Toland. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Hi. And she's like, I'm having a test knit in like a week, and I'm like, Jen, I've got a wedding. She's like, it's real quick. It's a cowl. It's real quick. And I'm like, okay, what yarn? She's like, Miss Babs Yowza. Go to Miss Babs right now. Go get a Yowza skein. And in like 2 days, I'll send you the pattern. I'm like, okay.
Of course. So she comes by. Like, I see her again, and she's like holding more yarn.
Yeah.
And also, she was like, I'm not going to buy any more yarn. And then she comes by, and she has more yarn. And I'm like,
more yarn.
I'm like, what is this? And she's like, I saw Jen. And I was like,
I ran into Jen. Anyway, so this is the only, like, holding myself. I'm like trying to think. Look at my pile of stuff. That's a lie. I cast on something else in Rhinebeck yarn. It's a gift knit. So I'll show that in a second. But in my Miss Babs Yowza, I made the Riptide cowl, which split hem cowl. I made the Riptide shawl earlier this year in lavender in a different yarn. And this thing is so damn squishy. It's awesome.
What weight is that?
This is DK.
Oh, okay.
So I worked this with a US size 6 needle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I tried a 5. The gauge was too tight. But it's so squishy. She has a non-split hem version, but I wanted the split because it's going to fit nicer under a jacket. And then literally as we're test knitting, she's like, so I finished the mitt pattern. Does anyone want to test knit the mitt pattern? I'm like, how long is it going to take, Jen? She's like, Madison, you could finish it in a day. And I'm like, okay. And one of my little ends is showing, but like, these are the Riptide mitts. And so I might have 100 yards left of the 500 yard skein of Yowza.
Oh my god.
Because it's a mega one. So, but anyway, she might have a hat at some point, but she's like, I don't know. Right. It's not working out how I want it. I'm like, whenever you figure it out.
You know where to call me.
You know where to find me.
Yes.
Literally. So that, I lied. There was one other place that I was really excited to buy from. And I can't wait to buy more of her yarn because she has a Gilmore Girls collection out right now.
Oh, okay.
This is Sorella yarn in the colorway Autumn in New York. And these are the most-ardently-socks by Kelly Menzies. The fun thing about this pattern is you can either knit them toe up or cuff down. She has instructions for both. This is the second time I've made these socks. And these ones are a gift for someone for Christmas.
Nice. So. That's something the Sorella yarn that I got, I immediately, I guess, like, unwound it, from its thing. It's Hank.
It's Hank.
It's
called a Hank. Wow, we're tired.
And I had a day off today, so like,
dude, what was your excuse?
I don't know what the excuse is. So I wound it from its hank while we were at Rhinebeck, and I started on some striped socks that wound up not fitting me, but fit Sean. So I gave them to Sean. He won't ever wear them, but I appreciate that he took them and did try. Yeah. And they fit him, so oh well. Why do you
say he's never gonna wear them?
Because he was like, these aren't like too thick socks, and I was just like, okay.
What about your feet getting cold?
Yeah, I don't know. He was just like weird about it, and I was like,
he's so strange.
I'm like, wear double socks like I do, and he's like, no, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to tell you.
No, they are yours now. Wear them.
Yes, I have gifted you these socks. They're yours.
I will hold a gun to your head while you wear them, because if you don't wear them, I'll be very angry.
Yeah, so also the past couple of months since Rhinebeck, I've been having trouble completing projects. I don't know why. But, I mean, the juniper cowl I finished while I was on vacation in Arizona, but that's like the only one I've finished since then. I don't know. I've been kind of in like a block, so to speak. Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been, I guess, spinning a little bit more than knitting. I don't know. I haven't really found any like inspiration yet.
Well, what are you working on right now?
So I'm working on some Christmas socks. So here's a finished Christmas sock. So this doesn't have a pattern. So these motifs came from, oh my god, her new book.
It's not the Knittivation book, is it?
Mm-hmm. It's a Knittivation book.
Okay.
So my good friend Steen got me the Knittivation book for my birthday. And she wrote inside that she can't wait to see what kind of socks I make.
Very cool.
So I made some Christmas socks. So the also unique thing about this sock is that the red and green yarn I've made myself.
You spun it.
I spun it myself, yep.
Very cool.
So I have some of it right here that I've spun, and right now I am doing the heel flap on the second one.
Very cool.
So I'm hoping to finish these before a Very Merry Knitmas.
Oh, which is this week.
Yes, which is this week.
It's our little gathering of friends of fiber. And
yes, so I host a Christmas party called A Very Merry Knitmas with all of my fiber friends, and we drink wine, we eat food, and we knit, and it's great. Yep. So very excited about that. However, I'm about to go through a week of literal hell at work. Not excited about that. I'll see you on the other side.
What happened?
What happened?
Yes, what happened?
So I work for a biotech company, and so every 2 years, the government agency called the FDA,
Food and Drug Administration.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Goes and audits all of their, like all commercial drug manufacturers.
Companies, yeah.
And it's a full-scale audit. It lasts either 1.5 weeks or 2 weeks, depending on how good or bad your company is doing. And it's basically all hands on deck, panic until they leave sort of thing. Yeah. So, luckily, my boss, who is an absolute gem of a person, I had PTO already scheduled, and she allowed me to keep it.
That's good.
So I saw the panic go by on my phone a lot, where I was just like, haha, swipe away.
Like, I don't need to deal with this right now.
I don't need to panic right now. So I'm about to head back into that.
Do you have any Sunday scaries?
What the hell is a Sunday scary?
Okay, so Sunday scaries are when it's Sunday night and you are dreading going to work the next day, or like your responsibilities of being an adult coming to fruition on Monday morning.
Yeah, that's literally me right now.
Okay, yes, so you have the Sunday scaries.
I have, whatever. I don't want to work 80 hours in 4 days scaries. I want to be able to sleep scaries. I don't want to sleep under my desk scaries. I want to go home.
Oh God.
Please have mercy on my soul scaries. You take your pick.
Okay.
It's bad. It's very work intensive, and
Sure.
I'm a huge workers advocate, like workers' rights, and like getting what you're compensated for, and working what you should work for.
Yeah.
And Sean kind of asks me and puts me kind of like back into perspective of why am I doing this?
Sure.
I'm not getting paid extra to do this, to basically halt my life for this.
No.
However, doing well at this audit, and doing well for the company, helps everybody keep their jobs, and helps me keep my own job.
That is very true.
And I like my job. I like to keep my job, and I want to keep my job, and I don't want everybody to lose their jobs. So
that's fair.
That's why I'm doing this.
You're such a good person.
So
I would not. I physically left corporate America for that reason.
Right. And
I don't want to do that anymore.
And that goes kind of against my values as like workers' rights and like doing all that stuff, and we should be compensated, blah blah blah. So I am a tiny bit of a hypocrite, which it's fair. I'll be a hypocrite this one time.
Or anytime you have an audit.
Yeah, I mean this one's more.
This one's heavy.
This one is the most important one. The other ones were like, we want to dose people in other countries and like help people around the world, sort of thing.
Sure.
But this is more like, hey, your job is on the line.
Ow.
do well or die.
Jeez.
So like, I am lucky that I have such a great team of coworkers, and it's not just me. Unfortunately, the FDA came at a bad time where we missed our own holiday party.
That's shitty. That's so shitty.
Yeah, so
F the government.
Yeah, so thanks Biden. I know. It's not like he had
No, it's not Biden's fault.
I know.
Your card came up. It was you were drafted.
Thanks, Obama. We'll bring that back. Obama has nothing to do with this. We'll just bring it back.
Oh God.
So yeah. Yeah, it's just poor timing. Wish they did it while I was in Arizona, so then I would be like, haha.
Yeah.
Like,
I was out of the state. What did you want me to do?
Right, exactly, but they didn't, because
it's almost like
Merry Christmas.
They knew you were gone and they wanted to wait to celebrate with you.
Of course. The best Christmas gift is a gift where you suffer.
It was really, I'm not trying to be mean. It was kind of funny when you texted me and you told me, because we had literally talked about it the week before. You're like, the FDA could be here any day now. And I'm like,
I literally,
sucks.
I literally said it like 10 minutes before I got
showed up.
Yeah, before they
nice.
Came. So I was like, oh, we need to like do this, like fix this record, because the FDA could come at any minute. And literally the people I was on this meeting with, after that it's been announced the entire site, they messaged me back and they're like, wow, you're psychic. And I'm like, I wish I wasn't. Jeez, thanks.
You called it. You
I want to be psychic on the lottery. Can I do that?
Yeah, no.
Can I be psychic then?
Then I don't have to work anymore.
Yeah, then I don't have to do this anymore. So, like, yeah, like, let me be psychic. Then I'll win the lottery.
Then I'll win the lottery. I'm just switching projects because I finished what I was doing on that one.
Nice.
What I was working on, and this is spoilers for anyone who has the botanical yarn advent, but I've been working on the Mayfair-cowl by Wanderlust. knitter, and it's a gradient fade
Wow.
with the Advent.
Oh.
So
I was going to ask about that yarn. It's very pretty and pastel.
it is. It is definitely not my normal, but it's been fun. It's been fun to work on this every single day. I started, day one was down here.
Mm-hmm.
We cast on with a provisional cast on, which I'd never done before, so that was interesting.
Nice.
And then, like, you do 5 rows in the solid and 5 rows in one day's color, and then the second day or whatever, the next day's color.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how you get the fade.
It's specifically a
Advent.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been opening them every day, and if you've been watching on my stories every morning, I post the video. I've also been doing the Chelsea Yarns Advent, but that project has not yet been casted on because I just got the mohair the other day.
Oh.
And I wanted to try and finish what I'm about to work on, which is my Geogradient. And I'm on the ending border pieces. So I had to put this down while I was ill because I was ill and this thing's massive and I was going to just cough and hack and sneeze all over this thing.
Great. So. Yeah, that's a nice image.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And it's also snot green.
And it's also snot green.
It would blend.
No, I would have known. It would have been really gross. Anyway, so I am now trying to really play catch up because I was on par with this pretty much the entire time.
I love that stuff.
I know. My favorite section on this one was Clue 3, which it's been like over a month since this has been over, so I don't care anymore.
Everybody knows already.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're missing.
So I'm going to say a real PSA. I would have liked the dip stitch more had I not messed it up, but I'm not pulling it out because I don't care anymore. So
lovely.
Yeah, I'm ready to just have the damn thing done.
Yep.
I want to work on something else, and I'm not pulling it out because it's 500 stitches.
Yep.
Would you pull out 500 stitches?
Nope.
I don't think so. So somewhere in there on one of my dips, it got moved over a stitch, and it definitely does affect it in places, and I don't really care.
You just made it imperfect, so what
God will not smite me.
Yeah, God will not smite you. Oh, crap.
Mercury will not be in retrograde for me.
Mercury's in the microwave.
But yeah, so this is it. I'm working on the last purl row of this before I move on to the last color.
Nice.
So I figured this would be
progress.
We can purl 500 stitches while we talk.
Yep. I also want to give a little shout out to Chiagu.
Oh yeah.
Because I had the unfortunate event of one of my cords breaking on my shorties. So like the minis that I'm using right now, the cord broke.
Oh god.
Which also, like, they kind of were like, you should knit differently for this to not happen again. And it was like,
Wait. Hold on.
It was like, get good.
What? They were telling you to knit differently?
Yeah, they're like, maybe you shouldn't, like, knit.
Maybe you shouldn't make a shit product, Chiago.
Oh, damn. No, I was like, oh, like, they actually came through and they sent me a new cord when I asked.
Yeah, but you told me that without telling me they called you out. And I'm
they're like, maybe you should, like, maybe knit differently.
Maybe you shouldn't, like, accuse people of knitting wrong because there's no wrong way to knit.
I mean, unless you're bending the cord out of its sockets.
Now, what are you doing that for?
I don't know what was happening.
Okay.
All I know is that I was just using.
I think they sent you a faulty product. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say that.
Okay. Well,
I'm just gonna call them out. I love Chiago needles. They're the only needles I knit with. But do not call out my friend. Do not call my friend out. And I can't edit that out.
For knitting weird.
Knitting weird. We all knit beautifully.
Well, I wish I had my phone on me because then I could read exactly what they said.
You lost your phone?
I don't know where it went. I left it over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I could read exactly what they were like. Don't knit as weird as you do. So your cable doesn't break. Then.
We're just putting people on blast this episode.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so let's look at the other cables because, like, they're all so messed up. One has, like, a bend in it.
You know how you fix that?
Like, how do I...
Where's the bend? Here?
Yeah, how do I control that from happening?
So, you don't. It happens. Even in the unkinkable Chiago cables. Because I have one, a long one that has a kink in it. You're supposed to boil a pot of water and hold the cable above the boiling water. So the coating relaxes enough for you to bend it back into shape. Yeah.
Okay, just be careful with the very small mini shorties, and then if they break, ask Chiago nicely.
But be prepared to be called out for knitting weird.
Yeah, be prepared to be.
Thing.
Yeah, because they will be like, don't do that again, and that won't happen. Which, everybody's a perfectionist, right?
Yes. Something I want to, and I feel so snotty right now because it's just one of those times. I barely knit sweaters this year. Most of my stuff has been accessories or, test knits for people. I have still knit sweaters, but I definitely want to get back into knitting more sweaters. This was the last sweater I did. This was the autumn court sweater. This is the one that Tristan designed from Dragon Hoard, and I wanted to bring it to Wool and Folk to show her. I have plenty of sweaters to work on in my queue that I have yarn for.
Me too. I have no motivation right now for them.
I have to get through another pair of socks, and then I can start sweater knitting again. So, I don't know. I did this sock, which literally looks like a little boot. It's another DK sock. These are for Dan, the purple man.
Yeah, Dan the purple man.
And he wanted to know why he couldn't have them right away.
Maybe I'll give him Shawn socks because they do have purple in them.
Sure. Hell around. Dan loves
and
socks.
Shawn obviously wasn't grateful enough.
Dan loves everything I make. He pouted when I told him he couldn't have these until Christmas.
Oh.
Which was so cute. So I made
make Shawn another hat.
You made him another hat?
No, I need to make him another. Yeah, I bought yarn specifically to make him another hat.
Okay, very cool. But the last pair of socks I have to make is for my dad.
Oh, you know who loves the hat that you gave me for my birthday? So.
Oh, yeah.
For my birthday, Madison so generously gave me a ball of Clune Forest.
Oh,
wool,
yes.
Which I haven't gotten to. I did spin the Tunis that you gave me.
Oh, from April.
Yes.
Okay.
And eventually I'll show that. But the ball, the hat that you gave me with the little pom-pom on it, every time I open the closet door, Penny tries to grab it. And, like, there's other pom-poms in there. She just, like, I guess
she wants that one.
She wants that one. And so, like, I have to fight her for the hat every time. I'm like, please, dog, please, just let me have this hat.
Leave me alone. This is my hat.
This is my hat. Yeah, she really likes that hat for some reason.
No, absolutely insanity. But I mean, like, to be fair, the little ones were running around wanting to eat the pom-pom while I was sewing it on the hat. Because she got the hat Rhinebeck weekend, and I had yet to be able to sew the pom-pom on. So, literally 2 weeks ago, I sewed the pom-pom finally on her hat.
Yep. We're very bad at consistency and seeing each other, and
it's just hard. This fall's been very busy.
This year has been very busy.
I'm tired.
I'm tired too.
I want to take a long nap. I say this as we're about to go into tax season and I'm working. I decided, because I like having yarn money and not having to consult people in my household about my spending habits on yarn, I wanted to have a yarn fund. And the way to have a yarn fund is to work full-time during tax season so we can actually buy yarn without any questions. Because, you know, what literally follows the end of tax season? NJ Wool Walk. NJ Wool Walk is the 17th through the 21st next year.
Yeah, and
it's literally 2 days after tax season ends.
And I was very sad about being alone last year on NJ Wool Walk.
Well, I will be there, and unless something happens, my mom is coming too. So she will be popping in for NJ Wool Walk. It is short again, and
really,
it's set the 17th to the 21st. It's literally the Wednesday to the Sunday, like it was last year. And I'm like,
I thought the whole point is to like get people to go out and buy stuff
and be able to go to every single store.
Right.
So I don't know how people are doing that. Again.
Oh my god.
Unless you're retired.
Speaking of retirees, so we So
are you retired now?
No.
Okay.
God, I wish. After I just ranted about the FDA. No, so for the longest time, we wanted to be a part of the Hunterdon County like knitters and yarn guild thing. And they host like a meeting on Tuesdays.
Yes. And we were supposed to go
last Tuesday. Well, that's when the FDA came, and so I was working until 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, Madison, I can't go. And so they sent kind of a like passive aggressive email to us because we suck so hard.
We come in December, and we were going to go, and then I literally had the worst stomach ache at work all day, and I'm literally like, if Tori doesn't cancel, I'm going. We're going, and we're gonna go, and we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna suffer through this. And then she literally messages me as I'm driving to, like, I was gonna run an errand in the area, and she's like, the FDA is here. I cannot go. And I'm like, yes! I can go home.
So you were praying for the FDA.
I was. No, I was just hoping you were gonna cancel for some other reason.
Well, no, I wanted to go because I canceled with my mom.
I know.
Because I told I have dinner with my parents on
Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays. And so, like,
I have dinner with my friends, my other friend group, on Tuesdays.
Right. So, like, I was specifically like, Mom, I can't go on Tuesday. I want to go to guilds. And I want, like, I finally was preparing to go. And then the FDA came. And so now we
suck.
I can no longer just function as a human.
No.
Outside of work. And then they sent a passive aggressive email to us. Do you want to describe it?
I don't know if I would say it was passive aggressive.
To me, it was
I just felt bad.
To me, it was passive aggressive. They're like, here's information if we ever see you. And I was just like, damn,
I didn't read it
right.
like that. I did not read it like that. I just felt bad. I was like, I was dying and I really wanted to go.
Sorry, I had a work commitment.
And I can't even go tomorrow either.
Yeah, same. Me either. Because literally I have to die at work. So it's like...
I know. So we're going to try for the 19th? Right? Okay.
Yes,
cool.
We're
going to go to our first guild meeting on the 19th.
God, they're going to hate us.
Absolutely.
They're going to be like, you showed up once and you're never showing up again.
No.
I'm going to try my best. My squibby best.
Guess what? We're working adults. And originally, when they reached out to us, they were like, so we're going to do this on Wednesdays. I'm like, great. I'm already in Flemington on Wednesdays sometimes. Let's do this on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you had just kept it on Wednesday, I wouldn't have to rearrange my whole life schedule to go to guild. Let's just put that out there. Tuesdays were never on the table. And I want to be a part. And So now Tuesdays are somewhat on the table.
I like my mom.
I like hanging out with Ashley and Tiago.
Right. So like, it's like Guild and Mom, apples and oranges. But like, no, I felt really bad. I was just like,
did you write them back?
No, I should have. I should have been like, I
had an audit with the FDA. I'm sorry.
There were events out of my control. Well, also, okay, so update also, Penny.
What happened with my niece?
So, we want to get her a trainer.
Okay.
And so, this guy, so his name is Travis, and he's been so sweet. And he was supposed to come on last Wednesday during the day to, like, as a consultation and just meet her and kind of, like, she's been listening. She's been a good listener, but,
she's got a couple habits that you guys want to break.
She will directly look you in the eye and continue to do the bad thing. So she knows. She's fully aware. She's smart. And that's what we have to battle. It's her wits. But no, this guy was so sweet. I was just he's like, so are we still meeting for Wednesday? And I was just like, I am so sorry, but I work for a pharmaceutical company, and we're getting audited by the FDA, and I don't know when this is gonna end, so I can't like book you for. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and I'm so sorry. Like, he was just like, okay, like we'll work like for your schedule. He's like, are you free this day? I'm like, I'm not free.
I don't know when I will be free.
I'm not free. Period.
I will contact you when I finally have a life again.
Yes.
So I'm so sorry this is not working out right now.
Yes, I'm like,
it's not you, it's me.
It's 100% me. It's not you. I've been contracted into this event. So thank you for your patience, and here we go.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So that I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for this.
Sorry for causing you so much pain.
Also, like, I've been, like, he's been also trying to contact me, like, I was like, oh, I'm in Arizona right now, like.
I'm not here.
I'm such a bad client, so.
Right now what you're sounding like is our nightmare clients for the accounting firm. Oh, wait, that paperwork that you've been asking me for like 5 months, you still need that? Shit. I don't know where it is. That's what you sound like right now. Thank you.
Okay, well, sometimes life
gets very, very triggering for me.
Sometimes life gets away from you.
Sure.
And a lot of things got away from me in November and / December. So.
And this is why we're just filming now.
So welcome back to the full circle loop. We hit almost an hour of explanations
and
of
ramblings
of excuses of why we didn't film until this date.
Yeah.
And how we won't probably film, and maybe we'll film next week. Who knows? We'll try to be consistent.
Maybe not next week. Maybe not Christmas, but I don't know. Sometime between now and the new year.
Okay, it's not just me.
No, so here's the thing. If you want to hang out with me on Monday and Tuesday of next week? Because we're going to Guild next week.
Well, we gotta tape. We gotta give content.
You want to tape again?
I thought we're doing it live, so we can...
Okay, we can tape next week. That works. You
want
to hang out with me 2 days in a row? I can do that.
I mean, we used to hang out a lot, so...
Then life got in the way.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so long story short, we've been busy. Too long didn't read.
Too long didn't read. Did you have something else to share?
No, I did not.
Okay.
So.
Do I have anything else? No, I think I covered it.
We covered all our life events.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of a row. Are you doing this to me right now? I hate stopping in the middle of a row.
You don't have to stop. You could continue. We'll just stop this.
Ugh.
You could continue.
We promised this was gonna be chaotic, guys.
We delivered.
There you go.
We'll never not deliver that.
I think next time, not to be structured, but also to be structured, we should do what we did last year. which was our favorite projects of the year.
Ah, okay,
Our favorite things of
2023 countdown, yeah.
Yeah, because who knows because the following Monday is Christmas, and the following Monday is New Year's Day. So, we're running out of Mondays.
That's true.
So, I think next week should be our countdown.
Yeah, wow, this is very...
Maybe this project will be done. Maybe! Maybe not!
Wow, this is it's so weird because I feel like we just taped our 2022 one.
I know.
Wow.
It's been a year, guys.
Wow.
Here's the other thing. We didn't post that this was happening at all. So...
Well, that's also why it says, 0 people.
Which, the whole point of this is, maybe sometimes it'll be announced. Sometimes it might not be announced. Because who knows if we're actually going to have the stamina to film the day that we want to film. So.
This is filming and then it'll go on
It's supposed to publish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know how that works.
Yeah, okay. We're again, this is a work in progress, so...
We're millennials, but, bad millennials.
Very bad millennials.
Yeah.
Very bad millennials. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, next time we'll talk more about our favorite things of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And share all the things and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no formal anything or anything. Hope y'all have a great rest of your week.
I won't.
Tori's gonna go dye. I'm gonna go drink hot tea and knit some more.
And she's gonna go play with her little babies.
Yes, maybe they'll make a cameo next week.
I love them.
If not, you just have to follow me on Instagram and see them on their naps. But yeah, bye guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, here's all the